It's time for the news.
Another UFO sighting has taken place.
The leather's made out of cardboard.
The number you have dialed is in an alternate dimension.
Welcome back to Weird Week, guys. It's middle of the week, Wednesday. We're just getting through it, like always. Lots of strange goings on been going on lately. How are you guys doing? Daniel, how you doing?
Doing well. Same old, same old. Can't complain.
Good. Hector joining us again. How are you?
Hey, what's going on? Pretty good. Voice is recovering, so sound a little sexier today. Sorry.
Sultry. Partied too hard for your birthday.
I prefer sexy Hector.
All right, so like every other day, I'm just gonna keep on yelling, like for no real reason, just so it can come the next day with a raspy voice. See how long I can keep that going.
You got the whole Barry Manilow thing going on, or is he just deep? Well, let's move into the news, guys. Let's get into here.
Let's go.
Looks like Comcast is complaining to the FCC that their new regulation where they have to list all of the monthly fees is just a little too hard. And I'd like to kick it off by saying I think that's a joke, because clearly that just means they have too many fees for them to be listing, and they don't want to be doing that. What is that? That's a joke. You shouldn't have that many fees if you can barely even list it. Or they literally don't want to list their fees. That doesn't make any sense.
What are the chances that they charges a fee for the list fee?
Right.
It's like
That'd be so that's enraging, dude. I wouldn't be surprised if they did do that.
Like, it's extra work for us, so here's a list fee.
I know. I feel like, oh, dude, internet, and even if just even signing up for a better deal or no, it's just even if you want to have service cut off is such an ordeal. They're just well, I have a company that's they were trying to sell me that they were also doing a cell phone service, and they and I was just being nice. I was just yeah, I'll think about it. Can you just call me next time? I was okay, can I put you down for Thursday? I'm and I didn't think he was gonna call you back, so I was yeah, sure, why not? And let him. Long and behold, he does call me Thursday and be well, are you ready to sign up for our cell phone service? I'm oh shit.
Well, it's commission, dude. Of course he's gonna call you.
Do they get commission though? I mean,
for sure, God. Yeah, they do.
For real, but those fees, man, what are you gonna do?
Complain. That's about all we can do.
Right.
Complain and pay.
It looks like I could be wrong here, but it looks like part of the issue is that they also are finding it difficult to kind of put it into words, some of their fees, which is to me really ridiculous. That's absurd. There's so many fees to a point that you just literally gave it a title and you can't even describe what it is. You just said, oh, well, that's another fee we put a fancy name on. They're
just take a step
at least
back.
As far as I can tell, that's part of the issue. It's
how about do you think take a step back and go on?
No, I'm sorry, but do you think these fees are necessary for them to continue their operation?
Of course not. No. They've been successfully charging us this whole time, and that's where they're wait, what were we charging for again? Fuck, we have to be descriptive. Fuck. Yeah. Damn, this list sucks. That's what's going on. They forgot what they're charging us for, but it was they were successful for so long that they didn't stop it.
And yeah, now what are they supposed to do? Now the whole thing's come crashing down. I don't think that I don't think they need those kinds of fees to keep the operation running. It's a cable company. It's not like they're providing a food service or anything like that. I think they get plenty of money. I believe they already have plenty of money.
But then there's just upkeep of all that stuff too. I mean, it's not we don't know what goes on.
Well, no, that's
all
true.
Praise Comcast sponsors.
Yeah, right.
No, I think we're losing this one, Daniel.
Yeah, I mean, on top of that, Comcast, they've not gotten the best customer service reviews for the longest time. I don't know if I want to be associated with them either way.
But did you
But
see that one South Park episode where I think like
they're rubbing their nipples.
yeah, they're like, oh yeah, go
They
to another
rip
service
open their
provider, and they're like,
pockets.
oh, there isn't any. Oh yeah,
Oh, is there no other cable companies in the entire town? You have to only go through us. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me go get my manager. And then they get the manager. The manager comes in and he does the same thing. He rips. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, again, that's a little absurd. I mean, more than a little absurd. If they do need that kind of money to, like, if they need to keep this kind of money coming in order to continue operating, then they need to change some names of things and like combine fees. I mean, Ticketmaster gets away with just taxes and fees, and you pay like a quarter of the freaking ticket price because they said taxes and fees, like, and it just says fees, and you kind of go, okay, I guess. I mean,
yeah. If you can get tickets from Ticketmaster,
right?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I was gonna get some tickets. I think it was like $50. I'm like, fuck yeah. Of course, I figured the fees would add up or whatever, but it came to like what, $80, $90 for one ticket for a band that I wanted to see, I'm not in love with. I'm like, nah, you know what? Like fuck that.
from Ticketmaster.
Ticketmaster, Live Nation is the same shit, but
Oh, okay, yeah.
Right.
I mean, because I heard it's like difficult to get tickets. I mean, because like
well, it
there's
depends
some
on what you're
concerts-
trying to go to.
Yeah, not everything's a Taylor Swift concert.
Really?
The Taylor Swift concert was the really really bad one. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I heard she went through some hoops to try to rectify that situation or something like that. I don't know.
Well, yeah, because you do not want to piss off the Swifties.
Oh, damn.
Well,
really?
right. That's
don't wanna do
essentially
that. No,
that's
no.
what it came down to. Really was. That's really what it came down to, and it's funny because Taylor Swift's fan base is so huge. I'm not part of that. We'll get into that next episode probably, but Taylor Swift is. Taylor Swift has a huge fan base, and it's funny how much power they have if they work together, because they can just.
They came close to changing it, man.
What was it? Didn't they change the egg price?
Oh, I'm
The
not
price
aware
of
that.
eggs. There was a thing where somebody was complaining on, well, not somebody, like a lot of people were complaining about inflation, and one of the big things was like price of eggs or something like that. And somebody said to Taylor Swift, like, is there any way you can get your Swifties on the price to lower the price of eggs, like, as a joke? And then literally like the next day you see like the price of eggs just like tank. Like,
Thank you, Swifties. Thank you.
it was something really crazy. It's like all we have to do
for that one, man. Eggs were like
I'm sure it's just coincidental though, because like I know that the eggs were super expensive because of like a bird flu that wiped out like X amount of birds and stuff, and that's the only reason that they were like $8 for like a dozen or something like that. Something ridiculous.
It was.
I, on the other hand, think it was
extremely
the Swifties.
coincidental. It would have been extremely coincidental.
Yeah, I do believe the Swifties do have that power. I mean, Ticketmaster came under fire, for the fees when the Swifties complained. So
Right.
Also, they were like, I think it was a scalping issue too. Like, I think people were like, they just couldn't get tickets for it at all.
Right. But I think at the end of the day, most of the Swifties that really, really wanted to go and see that concert have been able to, and that's good. That means Ticketmaster, it didn't win that one. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, scalpers may have like some paid like over $1,000 per ticket. So,
I'm sure. Yeah. It was absurd. I think I don't know if this was a Ticketmaster related one. I would assume it is, but the Sick New World tickets also started going really, really crazy out of people's price range. They were the ones that did, what was it? Incubus and System of a Down and Korn, and all of those bands came together for a concert out in Vegas. But it wasn't anything compared to Taylor Swift's. I don't think Taylor Swift's really just she's got a really, really not just a big, strong fan base, but a strong fan base. Yeah, they're really, they believe in her. Like, I mean, yeah, the egg thing, it was a joke, but she just said, yeah, I'm sure if I, hey, Swifties, get on it. And she just said that. And then it's like, yeah, I mean, that's how it works.
I love that.
It's just the call of Taylor Swift and she can make them do it.
I wonder what that feels like to have that much power over like influence over people, to just be like, hey, can you guys do something about this? And just like a legion of people are just like on it. I wonder what that feels like. That must be a godly feeling.
It's got to be really cool. The power, the control. And she kind of just doesn't even, she just shrugs about it. And she's like, I mean, I guess, yeah, here, Swifties, figure out the price of eggs. It's like, you have so much power. You don't understand the power. I guess that's the responsibility side of things, huh? With great power comes great responsibility. She doesn't abuse that power too much. Let's move on. We got more regulated things. The last one was the FCC regulating our Comcast bills. Now we've got the FDA. We're moving into the FDA is approving the first erectile dysfunction gel that doesn't require a prescription. That's pretty neat. Because I think so. It says it's a gel. I would assume because it's a gel is why it doesn't need a prescription. Maybe. It's not like an oral tablet or anything like that.
I would still think it would if it made a claim that it would like increase blood flow.
Would you think that it would need a prescription?
Yeah, because aren't there some toothpaste that have FDA approved signs on them?
I don't know. But I mean, if this one says FDA's approving for over the counter and doesn't need prescription, then.
Well, I mean, I would want it to be FDA approved if I'm going to put it on my, my band part.
Yeah.
It's.
Well, yeah. I mean, all of them are FDA approved. It's the.
But, good news for you guys, not me, because I don't suffer from erectile dysfunction.
Well, I don't know why you got to start throwing that at us.
You're protesting a bit too much, Daniel. Is that right?
It's the motion in the ocean. The floppiest motion of the oceans.
But yeah, no, I mean, it's over the counter, doesn't need a prescription, and it's cheaper, much cheaper than Viagra and Cialis and things like that. So,
all right, well, I'm willing to try it. I'll let you guys know how that works out. You guys.
Yeah, I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, excuse me, Daniel. It says, according to the National Institutes for Health, some 30 million men in the U.S. are affected by this condition. Okay.
Oh, poor 30 million men. I hate to be part of that group.
Yeah. How's about you start talking smack on the people we're trying to get as fans? Some 30 million men.
You know what?
You talk about the
dysfunction. Let's do it. 30 million fans.
You talk about the fan bases we neglect. They're talking shit on 30 million men with erectile dysfunction. I know, man.
We piss off men. We piss off our potential sponsors. We piss off everybody. We're really bad at this.
Well, we believe what we believe and we say what we want to say. We're that way.
We're real, man.
Real. That's right. It's real. It's raw around here. We'll get the right sponsors, the ones that believe in the words that we say.
Yeah. But I mean, to be honest, like I've had those moments where it just wouldn't stand up for God knows what reason. I don't know.
Whiskey wiener.
Yeah. Sometimes it is whiskey wiener. Sometimes it's just like, I don't know what happens. Like sometimes like the thing is like, so it's like, one like you last like so short sometimes, and sometimes you're just like, damn, I'm really killing it today. Right. I don't know like the whole pattern of it. I wish I could figure this formula out so I can just be like, I could hit that right area where it's like,
Well, I think a lot of things play into it, and that's why it's like a weird thing, because I think people, when they're using these kinds of medications and whatnot, are kind of like forcing the erection to happen. They're forcing blood flow to that area. And it's like, there's probably a reason why you're not getting blood there very easily. And it's like, it could very easily be something like your diet, you ate way too much red meat or something like that, I'm sure that's going to be a hindrance on your ability to get it up over time.
So vegans are like rock hard right now.
I wouldn't doubt that they're much more virile and able to get it up than your average
no, I think
barbecue eating.
Yeah, but I think you're right. It's probably is diet and stuff like that too.
Right.
For sure,
So it's like, so they're using something to kind of like medicate something that could really just be treated in preventative measures by eating the right things or exercising or doing, this, that, and the other. I think some 30 million men suffering, there's got to be a lot of them that are suffering from that kind of stuff, or just like not really being attracted to their partner anymore and not being able to like admit that or say, stuff like that, where it's like, okay, so, just bring in like a 25-year-old hottie all of a sudden and it's rock hard. Hey, I don't think that's a you problem, sir. I think that's a you not being interested any longer problem, sir. So, I think, it's just a multitude of things. It says that it's especially common in men of over 40 all the way up to 70. And by 70, it's pretty much like everyone has it. And it's got to be more than just all of the things. It's also got to be just age. It's got to be at some point, like, you're just not that virile anymore. But,
But I remember when I was young, I was like, those boners out of nowhere. That shit was.
You're like, what is it, boy? What is it? What do you see?
Yeah, I know. Exactly. It's that way.
There's always that one where it's that one joke of not being able to like stand up in class, and that one's funny because I feel like a lot of guys actually experience that one. Like there was definitely moments where it's like, I'm in the middle of class, I don't need this shit happening right now, and the teacher's like, and Jack, come on up and put this on the board. I'm okay, teach. Actually, I'm gonna do the problem right here on my paper, and Samantha's gonna do it. You make sure not to point any other guys out, so you don't screw them over in the process. Also, Samantha's on her period that day. You really fucked her over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you're fucking over somebody
she'd never experienced before. She's up there. Oh no!
Just like you do it, teach. That's what they're paying you for, right? Just how about you do it, man?
But yeah, so I'm glad guys are able to still treat it when they need to, but I think that they could prevent this kind of treatment if they were able to just stay more active and eat healthier and whatnot, because there's so many things, so many things, not just erectile dysfunction and whatnot, that are caused by dietary problems and exercise problems, things like that.
Yeah. Good news. There's a gel for that.
Yeah, more options is always good.
Just slap some gel on it.
Like, all right, what is it today? The pill or the gel? What are we doing?
Exactly.
I would imagine the gel would be just better in a lot of ways. Like, how you stimulate it. I'm sure it's got more of like a tingly sensation than the pill would. And things like that, it probably feels like it's activating something literally as you're slapping it on the old willy.
Yeah, it might be faster too, because you have to like wait for like a certain amount of time for the pill.
30 minutes or something, right?
I mean, I wouldn't know, but.
Oh, what was it again? Just for the friend. 30 minutes, you say?
30 minutes, you say?
My goodness. Yeah, gel. It's cheaper, fast acting.
And there's no prescription, so no paper trail,
Exactly.
That's a good point. Let's move into this next article that I just lost with a 404 error. Flight attendant charged for bomb threat. Speaking of lovers, and flight attendant charged for bomb threat to stop her ex's vacation. Obviously, it sounds like it's very self-explanatory. She must have phoned in a bomb threat or something for the flight that her ex was on in order to stop her ex from being able to take off. But You would think that someone like a flight attendant would know the parameters around doing something like that and whether or not she would get in a lot of trouble or not, you know.
But she did it for love.
Oh, her ex, like, you know, oh, great.
I know, it's
that's love.
Cool. Like, you stopped him from going. What's going to happen now? I mean, now you're getting
Right.
arrested. You lost your job. You fucked up your life, essentially. Because, like,
Right.
how expensive is that going to be?
And then it's like, okay, so yeah, what was the goal with your ex then? Also, if you were to get away with it, do you know, is it like, oh, she's going to come running back to you because she didn't get on her flight or something? Or is it just strictly like, I don't want her to enjoy her vacation? She'll find I'm sure she'll get on a flight in like the next day or something anyways.
Yeah, I remember I used to do that like crazy teenage after a breakup things.
Call bomb threats?
Call.
No, not bomb threats, but like do something crazy for like after a breakup. Like maybe I did a bomb threat. I don't know. It was a confusing time. I don't know. Like after a breakup, yeah, maybe I did a bomb threat. I don't know. Right. Yeah, I remember like one time like stalking my ex. Like I would not leave her house, and I think her older brother like had to come outside and really threaten to kick my ass. But yeah, I remember like you're young and you're crazy in love, and
shit happens for love.
Shit happens.
Yeah, you're definitely not in the right mindset when you're doing that.
Yeah. But I haven't done it lately. But
I've done similar
calling
things.
bomb threats.
I've tried to, not similar things to calling bomb threats, but I've definitely like threatened harm to myself or things like that. It was all psychological kind of warfare, but also just me kind of being very young and believing that I was going to lose everything as it was. So I might as well just lose it all anyways. Like,
Oh
kind
my
of
God,
thing.
Jack.
Oh, it was
Like
so
one
emotional.
of those people, like I'm gonna kill myself if you leave me.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. That's very toxic though. That don't
It's
do that,
it
guys.
is. It's really, really toxic. It's not the kind of behavior anybody should. Just accept a breakup if somebody's not enjoying their time with you. It is what it is. But don't try to threaten or force anybody to spend more time with you. Now, this lady, she should have known she was going to get caught. I think that's part of the issue too. Here is that people that do these kinds of crimes, I think a lot of the time they don't think they're going to get caught. They think that, you know, it's just a phone call or something like that. And if they do it in a specific way or something, then that might just like keep them far enough detached from it or whatever. But it's like at this point in time, there's so many easy ways to trace this kind of stuff. And depending on where you made that phone call, if you did it on a public phone, there's probably cameras, that kind of a thing. It's just like, no matter what you did, you were probably being traced. You're probably going to be found out.
Yeah.
People like this, you know.
Yeah, which is stupid because she's a flight attendant, so she could probably like go down their aisle and be like, "Oh, here's your food," and then like put laxative in it or something.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. It's just like say something,
or in your drink. It's like, "What would you like?" It's like, "I would like a Coke." "Oh, Sprite, you say?" Here you go.
Or shit
Probably wasn't on the same flight.
Exactly.
So like, it's something like that, you know, like just having like diarrhea, like the whole flight, you know.
Yeah, I feel like it's if you hold a lot of power if you're a flight attendant and you're like kind of. But I don't know, the bomb threat.
Like, I'm sure you have friends, right? So even if she's not on a flight, go like, all right, this is the asshole right over here. Give him the expired fish or chicken or something, you know? Just
right.
Like...
She's to me, there's the other level of why she probably didn't get away with it, and she's probably just not a criminal in general. I'm not really a criminal, and I don't get away with those things generally when I try to do something that I shouldn't. So she's, you know, she probably just was really, really emotionally driven at the moment and did something that wasn't wise. Didn't think she would be as easily caught, and was just like was found out immediately and. Yeah, or maybe she didn't care, you know. She is 47 years old and looks just, you know, extraordinarily unhappy.
Heartbroken is the right word, I think.
And
know?
that was her last chance for love too. You know, she's 47. It's like, yeah, no wonder she did that.
Oh my god! All right, we lost.
Shit,
we lost
man.
the erectile dysfunction demographic, and now we lost the over 50 women demographic.
I thought it was like a challenge to see how many views per episode.
What are the population is left? Let's attack them.
Well, you know, I'd say it's safe to say this lady is an ex-employee of said
airline.
We've got some other ex-employees up to no good. These guys worked for the Omega luxury watch company, and they made some knockoffs with real parts, or they just made a really, really accurate knockoffs because they used to work for the company.
So
do you know what it is?
Yeah, with like the legit materials, or just?
Do you know, Daniel?
Yeah, I think they took some of the other materials.
They took parts directly.
Yeah,
from
so
the company.
there's like a Speedmaster that they it was supposed to be like a rare item. Then they took like some parts of it and they created their own little fake out of it.
Oh wow!
No good, man. That's a good question.
But who has better access than those guys?
I just want to know like more of that story, I guess. Like, how were they caught? What the hell were they doing and stuff? And why knockoffs? I guess.
I mean,
well, I guess like you just get.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of times, like it's like I know, like a lot of the like sneakers are kind of the same thing. Like if like I think they can take like things that like I guess it didn't meet quality control. I think they could like technically take those and like I know like there was like simple operation where it was manufactured in China. They shipped it to the US where they sewed the logo on it or something like that, and they made like a bunch of money off of that.
Mm.
Yeah,
right.
Plus, like,
These are...
yeah, and I think to be honest, like fakes are getting like really good nowadays. I mean, it's hard to even determine like a fake good from an actual good. So there's like this debate about like, would you rather just get a fake because the other one is so expensive? But then there's also that thing. It's like that company worked hard to design that. They spend all the money marketing it, producing it. It's like you're taking away from their hard work. So it's just, I don't know. What do you do? I mean, it depends. It's like if you care that much of whether it's real, authentic or not, you know.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, we're just like in a time and place now where like the difference between the real thing and a knockoff is very like razor thin. It's like you had said, and you are literally paying for the label, the brand, like to an extent for a lot of this stuff. Their quality is now being matched by so many people that you're paying for the brand. You're paying for the name of the luxury brand in order to be like, I put down that big money. But the quality of the brand of the products are starting to really truly be rivaled by lesser competitors and even just knockoffs. Kind of crazy.
Yeah. I mean, we're to each his own. I mean, I'm a big, sometimes it could be a big like branded items. I mean, people love brands. I mean, they're just like, this brand only produces good stuff. So it's like, it's the consumer's thing that they love their brand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's obsessed with their favorites, their go-tos, things like that. People.
Yeah.
And there's
if
like, solidarity in it.
Yeah. If I had the money, Balenciaga everything.
Balenciaga everything. All right, guys, it was another good one. We're gonna wrap it up here. Appreciate y'all for coming in. Follow, like, subscribe, send us all your money. We like your money, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.
See ya.